Imagine your partner urging you to erase every trace of your past love. No photos, no songs, no reminders. That's exactly what shocking news now reveals Blanco asked Selena Gomez to do, all connected to her old relationship with Justin Bieber. It's the kind of thing nobody expected. But once it came out, fans started piecing everything together, and the picture they found was way more intense than anyone imagined. It started quietly. Just after Selena's album launch earlier this year, people close to her noticed something different. Her Instagram looked freshly scrubbed, certain pictures gone, captions edited, even playlists she once shared had disappeared. Inside Benny's circle said he was the one who told her it was time to start fresh by deleting everything that reminded her of Justin. He supposedly called it mental cleanup, but many took it as a sign of control. Selena and Benny's relationship had already been under the spotlight since it became public in late 2023. They'd worked together for years in the studio. But when the romance became official, fans were split. Some loved the pairing, saying Benny brought peace and stability into Selena's life, while others felt uneasy about his influence. By March 2025, their joint album I Said I Love You first exploded on charts, debuting at number 2. They looked unstoppable, until the whispers began about Benny pushing Selena to erase her past with Justin for good. People who know Selena said she always struggled to balance her personal life with public perception. Her story with Justin was one of the biggest pop culture sagas of the last decade. Their on and off romance from 2010 to 2018 shaped not just her music but her emotional identity. Every heartbreak, every reunion, every lyric seemed tied to him. Even years later, fans still connected her name with his. So for Benny to step in and say she needed to delete that part of her history, that's what set off alarm bells. Those around them said it wasn't just about photos or posts. Benny allegedly told her to cut off mutual contacts, avoid certain topics in interviews, and even asked her team to stop accepting questions related to Justin. The decision shocked people close to Selena because she'd always been open about how her past shaped her. Yet recently, fans noticed she'd become more guarded, careful with her words, and hesitant whenever Justin's name came up. The biggest turning point came when followers discovered she had archived one of her most famous throwback photos. The one from 2017 where she wore Justin's hockey jersey. That picture had millions of likes and symbolized a different era in her life. Once it vanished, fans flooded her comments asking why. Within hours, new reports surfaced saying Benny didn't want any trace of Justin left in her digital space. Behind the scenes, it said Benny's reasoning was that he wanted their relationship to stand on its own. He didn't want comparisons or constant mentions of Justin in every comment section. But those close to the situation said it went deeper, that Benny saw Justin as a shadow hanging over their relationship and wanted to make sure that shadow disappeared completely. Selena's inner circle had mixed feelings. Some agreed she needed closure and saw this as a way to finally move forward. Others thought it was unfair for Benny to interfere with such a personal part of her past. What shocked many was that even Selena's old journals and private photos reportedly got deleted from her personal cloud. One insider said, "It was like she wiped out years of her own history just to make him comfortable." Around this same time, Selena released new songs that hinted at forgetting, starting over, and burying the past. In one track, she sang about a love that won't die even when you want it to, which fans instantly tied to Justin. But people close to her confirmed Benny was part of the writing process and that he encouraged her to channel those emotions into music, not memories. As soon as this information got out, social media went into chaos. Fans accused Benny of being possessive, while others praised him for helping Selena heal. One viral tweet said, "He's just trying to protect her peace," while another said, "This is emotional control disguised as..." The online arguments split her fandom in half, turning what seemed like a peaceful love story into a public debate about freedom and control. Justin's name started trending again when fans noticed him liking a cryptic post with the caption, "Some memories never fade." That single action added more fuel to the fire, with people claiming he was reacting to Selena's sudden digital cleanse. His fans rallied to defend him, saying he'd moved on long ago with Hailey, while others joked that Selena's new relationship was still haunted by her old one. Meanwhile, Benny's own reputation began to shift. He'd always been known as the laid-back producer who stayed behind the music, not the one making headlines for relationship drama. But now his image was tied to control, jealousy, and manipulation. Music blogs started running pieces about his influence on Selena's career, questioning if her creative direction was still her own. His PR team reportedly stepped in to manage the narrative, but the internet had already made up its mind. Benny was the reason Selena's past was vanishing. Through all this, Selena stayed silent. She didn't address the deleted photos, the missing posts, or the fan speculation. Instead, she posted a single quote on her story: "Not everything needs to be explained." Fans read between the lines, saying it was confirmation that the cleanup was real and that Benny's hand was behind it. The story took another twist when someone from Benny's recording team leaked that he had removed an unreleased demo Selena recorded years ago. one that was rumored to be about Justin. It was apparently scrapped from her upcoming deluxe album without her consent. If true, that means Benny wasn't just influencing her personal life, but also her art, erasing the last traces of Justin even from her music. Industry insiders started to talk. One producer reportedly said that this behavior wasn't new for Benny, describing him as intense when it comes to emotional boundaries. He's known to prefer complete emotional focus during creative phases, which could explain why he wanted Selena to fully detach from her past. But for fans, that reasoning didn't make it less concerning. By this point, every move Selena made was under a microscope. When she unfollowed a few mutual friends linked to Justin's circle, it only reinforced the idea that Benny was tightening control. The media called it Selena's silent reset, but insiders said it was far from peaceful. Some described emotional conversations. Others mentioned disagreements between her team and Benny's over how public appearances were being managed. After that event clip went viral, the situation exploded across every social platform. TikTok was flooded with edits comparing Selena's old interviews about Justin to her new ones with Benny, highlighting how she now avoided any emotional topics connected to her past. One video, which got millions of views overnight, showed a split screen of her smiling while talking about Justin years ago, and now keeping a tight expression when asked about her personal life. Viewers flooded the comments saying, "She doesn't even sound like herself anymore." Others wrote that Benny had changed her energy completely. It wasn't just fans noticing these shifts. Some of Selena's longtime collaborators quietly backed off from her upcoming projects, reportedly uncomfortable with the growing tension between her personal life and creative direction. Sources close to her label said decisions about song selections and press interviews were being filtered through Benny. The control didn't stop there. Insiders claimed Benny had access to her media schedule and personally approved the photographers allowed at her appearances. It painted a picture of a relationship that blurred the line between personal and professional, love and management. Justin, meanwhile, seemed to send his own subtle messages online. He posted a picture of his studio setup with a caption that said, "Some things can't be erased." It didn't name anyone, but people instantly linked it to Selena's sudden deletion spree. Within hours, hashtags like "Screw Justin Knows" and "Dreed Selena Delete" surfaced, and the media picked it up as another layer in their never-ending story. Some even claimed Haley had liked and then unliked that post, adding another spark to an already burning fire. Selena's fans grew increasingly worried, pointing out small changes in her demeanor. She appeared quieter in interviews, less expressive during live sessions, and at one award show, she skipped the press line entirely. Her close friend Raquel was seen with her less often too, leading followers to wonder if Benny's influence had started to isolate her from parts of her old circle. For someone who had built a reputation for independence and authenticity, this sudden shift looked alarming. What really shook fans was a leaked message from one of her former assistants, who hinted that Benny didn't want Selena performing any old songs connected to Justin. Even her hit, "The Heart Wants What It Wants." According to that leak, Benny believed those tracks kept her emotionally stuck, and he wanted them off her set lists. Soon after, Selena performed at a charity concert, and that exact song was missing. Fans noticed instantly, and the connection seemed clear. She had officially started erasing her musical history with Justin too. The internet went wild. Twitter threads broke down every lyric, every caption, every public moment since Benny entered her life. Some influencers started calling it the Selena reset, while others labeled it the Bieber erasure. Gossip accounts claimed Selena's team was divided, half supporting Benny's approach and the other half terrified it could backfire. And truthfully, it already had. Brands working with Selena reportedly grew nervous about the public narrative. She'd always been a symbol of empowerment and emotional honesty, but now, her silence was making fans question whether she was truly okay. The tension reached a boiling point when she was spotted leaving a restaurant in tears, while Benny walked ahead of her, expression cold. Paparazzi footage from that night was all over the internet within minutes, and the comments section turned brutal. People started calling Benny controlling and manipulative, urging Selena to wake up. In the middle of all this, Justin's camp stayed mostly quiet, but an insider from his label hinted that Justin had been aware of Benny's behavior long before the public found out. According to them, Justin and Benny had once disagreed about a collaboration idea years ago, and there was bad blood since then. So when Benny began dating Selena, Justin allegedly told friends it wouldn't end well. That comment resurfaced online and started trending with the caption, "He tried to warn her." As days went on, fans began connecting dots between Benny's actions and the timing of Selena's emotional posts. When she shared a photo with the caption, "Everything's cleaner now," people said it wasn't just metaphorical. It was literal, a reference to deleting memories. Even her playlist Throwbacks I Love disappeared from Spotify around the same time. By now, the evidence was overwhelming. This wasn't coincidence. Benny really had guided her through a full memory purge. Despite everything, Selena hasn't spoken publicly about it. But one thing's clear. Her behavior has changed dramatically. She's distanced herself from Justin's circle. Her music has taken a darker, more controlled tone, and her team looks tighter than ever. Some fans call it growth, others call it control, But either way, her relationship with Benny has transformed not only her public image, but her entire emotional landscape. Benny, on the other hand, seems unfazed by the backlash. He's been posting photos in the studio, smiling, acting like nothing's wrong. Some think it's confidence, others think it's denial. Industry insiders say he believes this clean slate approach will actually help Selena's mental clarity and focus. But whether that's true or not, the world can see that it's also cost her parts of her past that once defined her. Now, the question everyone's asking is simple. How far will this go? If deleting memories and distancing from people was just the start, what's next? A total rebrand? A new identity completely detached from her old self? Whatever happens, one thing's certain. The Selena Gomez we once knew is gone, and the new chapter of her life seems to be written entirely under Benny Blanco's direction. And that's where things stand right now. This story isn't over, not by a long shot. Keep watching, because in the world of Hollywood relationships, what's hidden today often becomes tomorrow's headline. If you're still here, make sure to like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and hit subscribe. Because trust me, the next update in this story might just change everything we thought we knew about Selena and Benny.